Hello everyone. In this video, we will have discussions about identification and analysis of main idea, purpose, genre, author's point of view and tone, facts and opinions in text. Well, this is not a theoretical discussion but more like practice on the identification and analysis of such things that I have mentioned earlier. And the texts that are going to be used as the objects of the analysis are two opinion articles. The first one is written by Vicky Abels in 2017 entitled Why I Think All Schools Should Abolish Homework, published in Time magazine. And the second opinion articles written by James McWilliams in 2017 also, entitled Making Homework Matter. Don't ban it, fix it, and it was published in Pacific Standard magazine. This is the appearance of the first article, Why I Think All Schools Should Abolish Homework by Vicky Abels. You can download the article, go visit the website, the URL that I have posted there. So let's start from the analysis of main idea of the text. Before we find out or figure out the main idea of the whole text, again, it is started from identifying or analyzing the main idea of each paragraphs in the text. So here we have the first two paragraphs of Vicky Abel's text, the first and the second paragraph. To find out the main idea of a paragraph means finding out the most common idea of the paragraphs. I would like to remind you that main idea can be written or stated clearly in a paragraph, but mostly sometimes it is not written clearly in the paragraph. Instead, it is implicitly stated. When it is implicitly stated, we cannot find single sentence in a paragraph which convey the main idea of the paragraph. But we can feel or we can sense that there is a common idea engulfing all sentences in the paragraph. Okay, now let's see paragraph 1. If you read paragraph 1, you will feel that you will understand that there is common idea, the most common idea in the paragraph, the ones which I highlighted there. Would it surprise you to learn that some elementary school kids have work weeks comparable to adult schedules? And is it any wonder that deprived of the labor protections that we provide adults, our kids are suffering an epidemic of disengagement, anxiety, and depression? These two sentences represent the main idea of the first paragraph. Why I said so? Because other sentences elaborate, explain, and provides details for this highlighted sentence, especially the one which said some elementary school kids have work weeks comparable to adult schedules. Other sentences in the first paragraph provide the readers with the comparisons of the time consumed by the school kids to conduct or to do their homeworks and the time consumed by adult professionals like lawyers, teachers, medical residents, truck drivers, and others. So, in my opinion, the main idea of the first paragraph is authors wonder of some elementary school kids who have work weeks comparable to adult schedules that may lead them to suffer an epidemic of disengagement, anxiety, and depression. With paragraph 2, if you read the sentences there, you can feel that no single sentence in paragraph 2 is or convey the most common idea of paragraph 2. Instead, all sentences there are explanations, elaborations of a single idea that is about Vicky Abel's child experience with the hectic time due to endless school and college works that risked their well-being and family time. So that is the main idea of the second paragraph. I have written the main idea of each paragraph in the blue color type there. On this slide, you can also see the main idea of the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth paragraphs, as well as with the following paragraphs. And now, when we compile all the 19 main ideas of paragraphs in Vicky Abel's text, we can make an outline and stage the text, which will help us to identify the main idea of the text. So let's see there. The first and the second main ideas, the first and the second paragraphs, of Vicky Abel's text, basically give us the informations about examples of students overload homework from author's children or from Vicky Abel's children. And then the third, the fourth, and the fifth paragraphs, the content of those paragraphs are actually about the author's concern of her children's overload homework. So this first up to the fifth paragraph tells us something about a phenomena of school kids overload homework which rose family concerns of their well-being. But in these paragraphs, the phenomena was taken from the author's or Vicky Abel's experience, especially her children experience. And then let's take a look at the main ideas of the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th paragraph. If we pay attention very carefully to those main ideas of those paragraphs, so we can see that basically those paragraphs provide the readers with the studies showing overload homework for school children do not have significant impact on their academic performance, yet affect their health and learning. And the main idea of the 10th paragraph, it is interesting because it is, the sentence of this paragraph, which consists of a single sentence, provide us with a call for changing overload homework for school students. And the main ideas of paragraph 11 and 12 provide the readers with the information about worldwide students and teachers' awareness to ban and replace excessive homework with activities for pleasure and spend with families. And again, in paragraph 13, which consists of only a single sentence, it is again provide us with information about Vicky Abel's call for reductions of work hour for doing homework. And paragraph 14, 15, 16, if we take a look at them very carefully, we as the readers actually are provided with reasons for the time reduction found by the English teacher at TJ High School and his reaction to community sphere due to the reductions affecting students' academic. And the main ideas of paragraph 17, 18, 19, when we observe carefully, it gives us a summary of the call for changes in overload homework for school students addressed to teachers, students, parents, and the hope for the applications of the change. So by considering all the informations in this outline, we can say that the main idea of the text is about the need to change excessive homework for school students. So from this text, we know that the main idea is about Vicky Vicky Abels want to tell us, the readers, there is a need to change excessive homework for school children. Now we come to the analysis of author's point of view and tone. Let's see how Vicky Abels' point of view and tone of the topic, the text entitled "Why I Think All Schools Should Abolish Homework." How can we know author's point of view and tone in a text that he or she written? Well, the simplest answer is by analyzing and taking a look at the choice of words or any other multimodality used in the text, like the picture, like the color, like the font, and so on. So I have provided you with the analysis of this text. The text is on your left side of the slide and the analysis is on the right hand of the slide. So let's take a look a bit from this title and first paragraph of Vicky Abels' text. Well, it is interesting that Vicky Abels started her opinion by having question in the title. Why I think all schools should abolish homework. This is not a normal way to start an opinion or an article. Normally, writer will have what's that statement, a phrase, or a single word as the title of the article. But when it is questioned, which is not normal, there must be a certain purpose was it have had by the author. In my opinion, the use of question by Vicky Abel here is a strategy by Vicky Abel to engage or to involve the readers to the topic that she is proposed or written is writing in the article. Still from the title, it is also interesting to see that Vicky Abels used the modal should instead of any other modal like must, for example. When it is about should, we should also understand that it is categorized as medium obligatory modal. So because it is a medium obligatory modal, we can understand that Vicky Abels do not have that kind of power to say something which is definite obligation like must or have to. And then with the word abolish, it is categorized as the strong emotional negative word. Vicky Abel may lower down her emotion by saying delay, eliminate, which is more, I mean, less emotional, less strong words compared to, less stronger word compared to abolish. And with the word I, again, I think the use I is interesting here because by having pronoun I in the title, it means that start from the beginning, Vicky Abels wanted to show that this article is very subjective and I want you to read, I want you, the readers, read that this is my opinion, but at the same time, I would like you to, get involved, get engaged with the discussion, with the content of the text that I will provide you in the content of the text. And now with the first paragraph, again, very interesting that the first, the second, the third, and the fourth sentences of the first paragraph also in questions. Well, this is a very, what's that, unique way to have to start writing article. Again, in my opinion, this is a kind of strategy used by Vicky Abels to involve or engage the readers with the topic that she is writing in the article. Vicky Abel from the start do not provide an exact answer to the question, but asking the readers to think together with her about the phenomenon, about the topic that is writing in her text. And again, another thing that should be identified clearly is about the word, the second person plural pronoun you. and the first inclusive person plural pronoun we or our. By inclusive here meaning that the word we engage or refer to the author and the readers. And again, it is very clear that Vicky Apples want to engage, want to get the readers along with her, start from the beginning, start from the title. And you still remember about propaganda, so we can also consider the use of first inclusive person plural pronoun like this is a bandwagon strategy of propaganda. Now, you can also, you can have to sense the comparing time of doing children's homework to adults' work week schedule, which is used by, what's that, Vicky Abel in the first paragraph. So in this first paragraph, we have this information telling us that, well, yeah, Vicky Abels tried to convince us that the work time used by the children to do their homework is comparable or at the same amount as the work time or the time employed by the adult workers to finish their job. So it is a kind of giving fact or information, but we have to take a look at in the following paragraphs whether they are statistic or evidence to support this idea. Another thing that we should also take a look at the first paragraph here is the use of strong emotional negative words to describe the effect of overload homework, like the word epidemic of disengagement, anxiety, and depression. All those words really give bad negative impressions to the effect of what's that? The excessive homework. Remember that excessive homework here is what's that? The point of discussion by Vicky Abels because she mentioned about the comparisons of the time employed by the children to conduct homework, which is at the same amount as the time employed by the professional workers to finish their job. With paragraph 2, you can also see the analysis of word choice used or employed by Vicky Apples here to find out the tone. You can see by yourself, I have put the analysis on the right hand of the text of the slides. Again, with the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth paragraph, it is interesting that in the sixth paragraph, many propaganda strategies are being used by Vicky Apples here, like the word many people are now questioning. Well, be very careful with the word many people. Who are people here meant or referred to by Vicky Apples? Are we, the readers, include many people or not? But by having many people words or phrases here, again, bandwagon propaganda strategy is being used by Vicky Apples. And then she also had a support to for from a study by OECD. Well, it is again one of propaganda strategy which is called as testimony. Look at also the use of strong emotional negative words to describe author feelings of overload homework. The one which is circled in the text. 7, 8, 9. Again, many propaganda strategies are used there, and the strong word for action, strong emotional negative words to describe the effect of overload, homework, 11, 12, 13, 14, mostly the use of strong emotional negative words to describe the process of overload homework. Um, there is a metaphor there, the word slam dunk, which is again, it is a kind of strategy of convincing readers. 15 paragraph, 16 paragraph, and 17 paragraph, still with the use of strong emotional negative words, with propaganda strategy and metaphor, and interestingly, there is a positive evaluation. But here on the reduce our homework. If previously negative emotional words are used to describe the excessive homework, but in the sixth paragraph, Vicky Apples use positive evaluations on reduce our homework, which is here I highlighted with green. And the last two paragraphs, 18 and 19, interestingly again, there are bandwagoning strategy, which is was that expressed or realized through the use of first inclusive person plural pronoun. By using this first inclusive person plural pronoun, it means or it seems that Vicky Abels are really convinced that the readers are also in the same boat or in the same agreement with her. So that is the analysis to find out the point of view and tone of the author. We will see the results at the end of this analysis. And now the next one is about the analysis of facts and opinions in the text. Well, facts and opinion, as you know, that they are two different things, and be very careful. Sometimes what we consider as facts is actually an opinion, which is camouflaged by the author or manipulated by the author. So I have highlighted the text, the yellow colored sentences are the opinion, and the green colored or green highlighted sentences shows the fact. One thing with fact, you have to check the validity of the fact, whether it is proven as the truth or not, or whether it is true but it is obsolete. It is important because when the fact is no longer true, it can be misleading, or sometimes it is used by the author as the opinion. So I have provided with the check there. So mostly the fact here, number 4 and number 6, sentence number 4 and number 6, are considered as true because I have checked it and I have found the articles or the information to support the fact used by Vicky Apples here. Paragraph 2, you can see that it is the whole, the whole paragraph represents opinion. Again, in this slide, you can see that more opinions are in the text compared to the facts. And with the facts, again, I can find or I have checked the validity of the informations of the text. And then paragraph 9, 10, and 11. It is interesting that the 11th paragraph consists more facts than the opinion. And when you take a look at the last part of the slide here, I have checked with the fact provided here or used by Vicky Apples, but no websites direct into the news, but several opinion articles cited the report. So I cannot say that the fact being proposed here is valid, but because several opinion articles cited this report, I would like to say that it is reliable. Reliable means being used by several, being cited by any other articles than this. Vicky Abel is not the one who cited this, this fact. This is with the 12th and 13th paragraph. This is with the 14, 15, 16, 17 paragraph. It is interesting again that you can, the fact used by Vicky Apples in this text doesn't have evidence of the fact. So we cannot say that the fact stated or employed in Vicky Apples text is true or not. And the last two paragraphs is more on opinions, Vicky Apples' opinion. Now, after we analyze the main idea, the point of view and tone, and the facts and opinion, let's have the discussions about the text. You have seen this, the outlining and the staging of the text. What I want you to pay attention from this outlining and staging of the text is that from this outline, you can have the generic structure of of Vicky Apple's text. And the generic structure is like this. There is introduction, and then there is argument one, and then there is thesis statement one, and then argument two, thesis statement two, argument three, and conclusion or reiteration. All of this information, we can come to this generic structure because we have analyzed the main idea of each paragraph, and then we have the outline of those main ideas in the text. We can also, from this generic structure, we can also learn something that Vicky Apples developed her argument was that using deductive and inductive logical development. Argument one is proposed before thesis statement. It means that it is the inductive way of developing logic. But when it is argument three is proposed or is located is written after thesis statement 2, it is the deductive way of developing argument. If we take a look at this generic structure, we can also say what kind of what kind of text genre of the text. When we have thesis statement or the writer's position, the writer's opinion, position, on the topic. This is about a call for changing overload homework for school students on as the first thesis statement, and the second thesis statement is also another call, but for this time is for reductions of work hour for doing homework. So it is considered the text by Vicky Apple is considered or categorized as hortatory exposition, a text which propose uh, to put forward a text which is written to put forward writer's opinion, but at the same time it is also uh, completed with the action to ask the readers to do something. So about, the summary of point of view and tone analysis, you can see here that mostly Vicky Abels use strategies of writing which engage the readers to the topic, and then the use of like the use of question, the use of medium obligatory model, frequent use of propaganda strategies, and then use strong negative emotional words to describe the overwork or excessive homework with the name calling, yeah, what's that? Collecting all the negative expression or the negative meanings of excessive homework, and then also transfer and bandwagoning, and then this is the conclusion. So the main idea of the text is about the need to change excessive homework for school students. The purpose, of course, here is to persuade the readers, in this case, students, especially students, teachers, schools, and parents, to change excessive homework into some pleasant school-based or family-engaged activities, or reduce the time of doing homework for school. And Vicky Abels authors, Vicky Abels or author points of view is against or negative against offer our homework for school children. And the tones, if we take a look at based on the use of the words, we can say that Vicky Apple is critical, but yet she is also using a personal and subjective tone because of the examples that she provided based on her children experience. And then the use of pronoun I, pronoun we, the bandwagoning strategy. More bandwagoning compared to transfer, for example. It shows that uh, the text is dominantly developed using personal and subjective tone towards the offer our homework for school children. And with the genre of the text, as I told you earlier, by examining the stages of the text, it is concluded as hortatory exposition. And now we come to the analysis of the second text written by James McWilliam, Making Homework Matter, Don't Ban It, Fix It. This is the appearance of the original text, which you can download it from the URL that I have provided there. And let's start with the analysis of main idea of the text. Again, I don't want to repeat how to analyze the main idea of each paragraph and the whole text, but yes, here I have provided you with the results of the analysis. So the first and the second paragraphs of the text by James McWilliams have the main idea clearly stated there, because you can find the sentence in the paragraphs which convey or comprise the main idea. This is with the third and the fourth uh, paragraphs, the main idea of the third and the fourth paragraphs. The main idea are written in the blue blue color type. This is with the fifth, sixth, seventh paragraphs, the main idea of those paragraphs. This is the main ideas of the 8 and 9 paragraphs, 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 14, 15, and 16. So the James McWilliams text have less paragraphs compared to Vicky Abel's text. Now, what about the author's point of view and tone? And again, point of view and tone of the authors can be seen by the use of words which is written or employed by the author in his or her text, as well as any other multimodality clues. With the text by James William, we can see that there is, I mean, the title of the text is different from Vicky Abels in the way that James McWilliams do not have question uh, as the title, but he used or employed statement. And from the very first sentence, the title here, we can see the use of strong positive word like matter to describe homework. So it is different from Vicky Abel's way of writing or seeing homework in her text earlier. You can also use about, you can also see the analysis here, the use of strong positive words as well as the use of negative words. So not only positive but negative, not only negative words but also positive words were being employed by James McWilliam in the text started from the beginning. Propaganda strategy is also there, because again propaganda strategy is important to persuade the readers. In this case, we can see that the propaganda strategy used by James McWilliam is transfer and testimony by citing Alfie Kohn, a famous author about homework myths. And this one on the third and the fourth paragraph. With metaphor, again, propaganda strategy is testimony and transfer. And interestingly, James McWilliam also used toned down or hedging word to show something which is about disagreement, but use tone up word about uh, something good of the homework, like on the fourth paragraph there. The use of tone upward again to say something about homework, and then the use question. Okay, the use of question is found in paragraph 6, and interestingly later when we discuss about this outline or staging of the text, paragraph 6 is acts as the thesis statement. Let's see here, another testimony is also used by James McWilliams in his text. And then metaphors, another testimony, transfer strategy, the use of strong positive word, and then another testimony, another positive evaluations of homework, another strong positive word, and testimony and transfer. And yes, this is the last two paragraphs in James McWilliams' text. Um, the point of view and tone can be seen from the use of testimony and metaphors and strong positive words. So from this analysis, we can understand that even though Vicky Apples and James McWilliams talk about the same thing, but their point of view of the topics uh, is different. Now, what about the facts and opinions employed by James McWilliams in his text? So, this is also interesting that starting from the first paragraph, James McWilliam provide the reader with what's that? The fact. Well, even though the fact can no longer be accessed in Facebook because when I checked about the information James William inserted in the first sentence of the first paragraph, it is true that there was the event about teachers a second grade teacher from Texas sent a note home to parents declaring that she was not assigning homework at that time. In 2016, that event is very viral, goes viral because it was posted on the Facebook. But when I check this one, the fact or the accident, the event cannot be found in the Facebook. But yes, there is a trace of it on the Facebook. And then on the second paragraph, Alficon. This is another fact that is used or employed by James McWilliam to support his argument. And yes, Alficon, you can find the book. It is valid, the information, the fact. I include the cover of the book there. And then paragraph 3 and 4, another facts and another fact checking. It is proven. I mean, the fact which is used by James William are proven, valid. And then, okay, this one, you can see a comparable opinion and fact on the 5th, 6th, and 7th paragraphs in James Williams' text. Interestingly, paragraph 6 is an opinion and it is we can find each letter to be categorized or to be analyzed as thesis statement, and because the statement shows about the author's position, it must be an opinion. And if you see from the layout of paragraph 6 and 5, before coming to the thesis statement, there is also an opinion given by the author. But after the thesis statement, James McWilliam used fact to support his opinion on the seventh paragraph. And then paragraphs 8, 9, 10, interestingly again, they are facts used or employed by James McWilliam, even though there is no document supporting the fact. So in this case, as a reader, as a critical reader, we have to be suspicious, we have to be critical. We have to still like being skeptical. Are the fact here really valid, James McWilliam? Because we cannot find the document about this one. And then paragraph 12 and 13, another fact with paragraph 12, I can I can make sure that this is valid because I found the supporting document for this. But with the fact in paragraph 13, unfortunately, there is no document to support this one. So it is a kind of informed opinion used by James McWilliam. With paragraph 14, 15, 16, the distribution of fact and opinion is interesting because you can see that the last paragraph, 16 paragraph, opinion is having more portion than the fact, because it is the end paragraph, the concluding paragraph of the text, so it must consist or convey James McWilliam opinion. This concluding paragraph definitely will give emphasis of James McWilliam's opinion. So the discussions about text 2, the main idea, the facts and opinion, author, purpose, and tone is like this. The same thing as we did with text 1. So we have this outlining and staging of text 2, which is a bit different from Vicky Abel's text. The generic structure is like this. There is only 4 stages: introduction, first argument, and second argument. The thesis statement is included in the introduction part. So it is more concise and it is more deductive in developing argument when we take a look at this generic structure. The summary of point of view and tone analysis, you can see there on the right hand. And the conclusion is that the main idea, the purpose, and the author's point of view in James McWilliams is like that one, as you can see on the slide. The main idea of the text is about reforming or fixing traditional approach of homework by involving students in the decision and implementation process. And the purpose of the text, once again, because there is a call, a call or a persuasion by James McWilliams. So the purpose is to persuade readers here, in this case teachers, parents, and school administration, to reform the traditional way of giving homework, which is teacher-centered, into involving students. And then the author's point of view is positive or support towards homework reformation, and the author's tone is careful and academic. Careful because James McWilliams started from the beginning, provide the positive and negative value of homeworks, and then academic because many facts were used or were employed by James McWilliam to support the argument. And uh, based on this analysis, it is considered that the text is an analytical exposition. So let's see the comparison and contrast of the two texts. Well, about the generic structure. In text by Vicky Abels, there are uh, 8 stages: introduction, argument 1, thesis statement 1, argument 2, thesis statement 2, argument 3, and conclusion. While the text by James McWilliam, it is simpler by having only for what's that stages: introduction, which includes thesis statement there, and then argument 1, argument 2, and conclusion or reiteration. With the language features implying author's point of view and tone, we can see here, even though both authors use propaganda strategy, but the type of propaganda strategy are different. Vicky Abels used more personal engagement, bandwagoning, and negative propaganda strategy of name calling and cut stacking. But with James McWilliam, even though he also used propaganda strategy, but the strategy is more careful, more academic, because it involves testimony of prominent figures, and also research result, and the practices of the implementations of reform homework implementation. And now we can see here the comparisons of the main idea, purpose, and so on. That the main idea of Vicky Abels text is the need to change excessive homework for school students. Meanwhile, the main idea of James McWilliam, text is reforming or fixing traditional approach of homework by involving students in the decision and implementation process. The purpose of Vicky Abel text is to persuade readers to change excessive homework into some pleasant school-based or family-engaged activities, or reduce the time of doing homework for school. But in James McWilliam, the purpose of the text is to persuade readers to reform the traditional way of giving homework, which is teacher-centered, involving student. So the same purpose, but the different focus. The same purpose is about to persuade the students, the teachers, the parents, the schools, administrator, all the parties involved in the topic of homework. But Vicky Abels won the change of excessive homework. Meanwhile, James McWilliam won the change or reform of traditional homework. And then to support or to get those purpose, Vicky Abels used negative or against point of view with critical yet personal and subjective tone. Meanwhile, James McWilliam, to gain his purpose of writing the text, he employed a positive and academic supportive tone towards homework reformation, and also the use of careful academic objective tone in his writing. The genre of the two texts are also different, similar but different. The genre of Vicky Abel's text is oratory exposition, and the genre of James McWilliam articles is analytical exposition, because James McWilliam didn't ask for any action done by the readers at the end of the writing. So that is how to do the analysis of main idea, purpose of the text, author's turn and point of view, and checking the facts and opinion. And then also, but after you had all the results of this analysis, you can also, you can use those findings to compare and to contrast the text. I hope this explanation and this practice can help you to do similar analysis with other texts. Thank you. See you in next video.